Welcome to the dvm360. Give us 5 minutes or less and we'll update you with the veterinary news, medicine, and business information you need to know right now. I'm Carrie Hillard-Johnson. In this edition of The 5, we learn the punishment for those responsible for the 2007 pet food recall. We get the latest news from the Western Veterinary Conference in Las Vegas, and we hear Dr. Ernie Ward explain how to handle well-meaning clients who ask a few too many questions during your extra busy days. First up, the news. For their role in the 2007 pet food recall, 2 executives from ChemNutra, an importer of food ingredients, were sentenced to 3 years probation and fines of $5,000 each. The court also slapped the company with another $25,000 fine. The melamine-tainted food ingredients from China caused thousands of health complaints and associated deaths to dogs and cats. The Labrador Retriever has once again clinched the title of most popular purebred dog in America. The 2009 list of most popular breeds, recently released by the American Kennel Club, puts Labs at the top for the 19th consecutive year. The German Shepherd earned the number 2 position on the favorite breed list, the first time this has happened in more than 30 years. Other top breeds include the Yorkshire Terrier in 3rd place, followed by the Golden Retriever in 4th and the Beagle in 5th. Rounding out the top 10 were Boxers, Bulldogs, Dachshunds, Poodles, and Shih Tzus. DVM News Magazine's Dan Verdon was recently on hand at the 2010 Western Veterinary Conference. He reports on the show's solid attendance, as well as IDEXX and Marielle coming together to fight Lyme infection in dogs.
The numbers are up at this year's Western Veterinary Conference. Total attendance topped 13,000 people, and the conference drew 6,065 veterinarians. A nice start for 2010 during a sluggish economic recovery, one conference presenter said. New data from IDEXX laboratories indicates that nearly half of the states in the country are reporting 500-plus Lyme-positive dogs. The data was collected between 2001 and July 2009. As might be expected, states in the Northeast and Upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan remain at greatest risk for Lyme disease. Other states like Florida, Texas, Nevada, California, and Oregon remained in the 500-plus category. The release of the data has led to a kind of collaboration between IDEXX and Marielle to sponsor April as Prevent Lyme Disease Month. Another interesting finding is that veterinarians practicing in Lyme endemic areas may experience up to 73% of dogs testing positive for Borrelia burgdorferi infection.
Every veterinarian and veterinary team member wants clients who are devoted to their pet's health, those who follow recommendations and ask as many questions as necessary. But what happens when a curious, well-meaning client barrages you with queries on a day jam-packed with appointments? The always upbeat Dr. Ernie Ward explains how to navigate this common problem.
One of the things doctors and staff must learn and focus on is how to control the conversation. It may have to be, yeah, Mrs. Smith, I'd love to take this up with you later, but you know, right now my focus is on getting Scooter well. So let me ask you more about the diet that you've been feeding. Figure out a way that works with you, be it verbal or nonverbal communication, but you have to send signals saying, hey, you know what, let's stay focused. If a client is asking questions about the care of their pet, you bet I'm going to be there for them. I may have to cut them off a little short sometimes, but you want to do it politely, and you certainly want to do it professionally. But for the most part, people just want to be there with you, and I think if you'll control the conversation from the outset, you'll do fine. Controlling doesn't mean you're doing all the talking, but it means to know when to interject and say, let's go back to what we really need to focus on.
That's all for this edition of The 5. If you've enjoyed this broadcast or have suggestions for future shows, please send your thoughts to dvm360@advanstar.com. And for the latest news, medicine, and business information, be sure to visit dvm360.com every day.
Focused on the threat.